Posse is a Western film directed by Mario Van Peebles. However, this film is just, it's a little action heavy and it's not very accurate. It can be almost described as basically a spaghetti Western, but like a black person directed it. So if you know how if you watch a spaghetti Western, it's really got a unique style, you know, it's really dusty, sweaty people, all sorts of, you know, anachronistic guns. Exploitation, lots of action, lots of bodies, lots of like people getting shot, bad dubbing. This movie is very similar, but instead it takes place during the Civil War, and it's mainly about a black gunslinger named Jesse Lee. He's not very looked well upon in the army, and he's recruited for a mission to do some gold by the vicious Colonel Graham, who is played great by Billy Zane. He's just like a pure psycho in this movie. He chews up scenery. He's like a peacocking sort of dandy, a vicious, unrelenting man. However, Graham betrays them and they get the gold and they escape, and they plan to split the money and then go their separate ways. However, Jesse's got to do a score to settle with someone somewhere, and you know his gang, his posse, want to follow him, but it's too conspicuous to just have a bunch of rich people following him around because they got money. However, they're being dogged down by multiple parties, mainly a group of men who want to catch Jimmy. He's the only white guy of the group, and he's a cheater at cards. So there's lots of plot, lots of action and shooting. It doesn't feel like a Western at times. It feels like a modern action movie with Western dressing, which is fine. But you know, the movie's opening kind of promises an untold story of black soldiers and cowboys, and then it doesn't really offer you much in terms of that. It's more of a pow pow bang bang. It's more focused on people getting shot than anything. And then, you know, they introduce this town of black people that want to be free. I forget the name of the town, but a lot of the elements about racism aren't really explored a lot in this movie. Jesse does have a backstory and a bone to pick with some vicious people, but a lot of the stuff gets pushed to the wayside, and it ends up with just a lot of people shooting at each other, and it's just kind of a little basic in that regard. But overall, it's still entertaining for me because I like the cast. You know, you got one of the Baldwins in there, Steven, and you know, Billy Zane's great, and the big guy. And overall, it's just, you know, an action-packed adventure, nothing too special. So I give Posse a 6 out of 10.